Good morning, millennials.
Welcome back to The Toast and happy Thursday. That feels right. That feels appropriate. That feels fair. It feels just.
I feel like the last 24 hours have just been so tumultuous for me that it feels like a whole new week. Like I'm on a whole new planet now, you know?
Not tumultuous.
Tumultuous. Like I just had the worst night. Not to start off complaining, but I just had the worst night's sleep, more sickness in the house. Charlie with the ear infection this morning.
I stand by what I said yesterday. It's on. I'm throwing hands if I ever meet this infection that has infected both of my nephews. It's on.
Then he was up throughout the night last night. And when he woke up at 2:30, I woke up and like I had full body aches, chills.
Oh, now yeah.
My throat was killing me. So I took one of my high dose ibuprofen that I got prescribed when I gave birth. Like shout out to that prescription, the gift that keeps on giving. And I woke up feeling much better, but like my back is hurting again now. So it's just, I'm in the thick of it. I'm not even gonna pretend like I know what's going on in the world. This morning was just so crazy. Like Bruno's already getting groomed. We had a window replaced this morning. Like it's just
Jackie, nothing's going on in the world. I can assure you. You've missed absolutely nothing.
It's been wild. And then I was up late last night editing the Redheads, which dropped today. So if you want to hear my better self, check that out.
Not to skip past everything you just said, I do want to rewind really briefly to your use of the word tumultuous. I feel as though that's not a word we use enough between you and I as a society, but also here at The Toast. And I just want to make tumultuous great again.
Okay, but also make language mean something again, and don't use Don't use it extraneously.
Make language mean something again. That I definitely agree with. But tumultuous is a really good word. It reminds me of treacherous.
Oh, I would also say my 24 hours were treacherous in the definition that we use. And also what I learned in my book, The Gift That Keeps on Giving, is that any word, no matter how it's pronounced or said, like even if it's wrong, if it goes that way for 10 years and that's how people use the word, like that's how language works, it just becomes part of the lexicon. So like, let's keep redefining treacherous.
I got to that part in the book last night, the guy at the liquor store.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, yeah. Yeah, no, I know what you're talking about because I also read. Maybe I should host the Redheads.
Are you enjoying the book?
I am-ish.
I mean, I don't see you like being obsessed with Phoebe.
Well, that's the thing. It's, for me, a book automatically goes down a star if the main character, whose POV we're reading from, is unlikable or not someone I can champion.
Yeah.
And I'm very much like a self-starter, a dust yourself off type of gal. I try and see the positive in life. And I just feel like this girl is succumb. Like, life is hard, 100%. And she's just like, I don't know. I feel like she's not helping her situation at all.
What percent are you at?
Like 3.
Oh, okay. Okay. I'm going to let you go on the ride.
Okay.
I'm not going to foist any expectations onto you.
Yeah. I just watched the episode of Curb with the foist. So funny.
So good.
What I know you didn't have like a fab morning. I didn't have like a particularly
the fab morning I was hoping for. How's your morning?
It's relatively standard, which I guess comparatively, like it's amazing to yours, but it snowed in NYC last night. I had to wear my snow boots to work last night, but that type of snow where it also rained. So not only did it not stick, we didn't get any
your
pargy.
least favorite.
We got no pargy vibes.
You got brown.
And like the kids still have to go to school. Now there's sludge on the ground, like gray sludgy ice. Thanks.
Well, how's your new commute, by the way? I feel like you talked a lot about your old commute and a lot about how you were looking forward to the new one, but like, what's it been like? I don't even know where our new studio is.
I think the sheer fact that I haven't remarked on it is really all you need to know, because a commute should be an ideal commute, like requires no commentary. You know, there's no crazy traffic. There's no crazy walking. It's just like,
will you text me where the new studio is just so I can like,
do you not know the address?
I don't know like the cross streets. Like, can you just text it to me so I can put
in
myself
this very moment?
So I can put myself in your snow boots?
You want me to do it right now?
Yeah. Just so I can put myself in your snow boots.
Yeah, sure.
You know, like to place myself in the context of everything my sisters experienced this morning. I feel like I really matched the studio today. Oh, you know what? I had a thought about the frames that I wanted to say.
Oh, okay. Are you reframing?
No, so this is what I was thinking, because of course, like we've been making so many jokes about the frames and like people like really, really don't like them. And it's like, why would we continue to do something like out of spite that people don't like? And so I imagined myself taking down the frames and it made me sad because I like them. I feel like we never said that. Like, I feel like we just are being like stubborn.
Yeah, you're right.
But I just want to say, like, I personally really like them, and I would consider taking that down. But that makes me sad because I really like them.
I agree. I like them a lot. And I especially like how they look in our vertical video, which is huge for us when we promote our show, like our clips on social media. It's like our one and only means of marketing our show. And yes, we like them a lot. And it's also like effective for different formats for us.
Yeah.
And if we were to take them down, which we're not, like they are welded to the wall. We'd have to redo the wallpaper. Like they are staying. And I just want to say, like, everyone, you're allowed to have your opinion 100%. You could say they're the ugliest frames you've ever seen in your life. And that's valid. That is your truth 100%. But I actually need the people who are saying like they're getting vertigo and migraines and they have to stop watching because of the frames. I actually need you to calm down because even by my standards, that is so fucking dramatic. Like you're going to be okay. You could still watch a show. And the frames are saying.
Yeah, I just feel like we never said how much we like them. We were just like sticking it to the maniosis.
No, this whole like aesthetic is our choice. Like we chose all this.
We love it. And so I won't take them down because that would make me sad. I would climb into bed and I start feeling sad.
Right. At the end of the day, like we sit here, you know, we look at the frames. Actually, the frames kind of look at us.
Yeah. Oh, the frames.
I texted you our new studio address if you're interested in placing yourself.
That's actually like not where I was thinking it was. So I am so glad to know where you are in this world.
Yeah. It's a good world and it's a good studio. And I'm so glad to be out of that old studio. And yes, you haven't heard about my commute because it's been so non-eventful. Nothing to write home about.
That's so great.
Yeah. It's Thursday, a very chill kind of day, you know, kind of sandwich between Dear Toasters, sandwich between Queenie and Weenie.
And I'm not going to let you
Not this week.
And Southern Charm recap.
Oh, is that today?
No, that's Friday, but it's sandwich between
all the
things we do on Friday.
I'm a part of Southern Charm erasure. Like I, for some reason, just like can't. And I have nothing against it. I like all the castmates. They've come on the toast. They're actually really lovely people. I think it's a great show. For some reason, like I just can't get on board with it. You know?
I actually think of all the reality shows, the cast members in person are some of the best people.
Agreed.
They're like, I know they're also more like real people. I guess other reality shows, they live in LA or New York and they're very like celebrity, but like Southern Charm, it's just like seriously filming real people living in Charleston. And then when the cameras go down, like they go back to their regular lives.
Themselves. And and like when you meet them, they really are very similar to who they portray on the show. Sometimes you'll meet a reality star who's like so different from the character that they play. It's like really like a role for them. Whereas Southern Charm people are just like filming themselves. It's not even like a role whatsoever.
Yeah. They don't like step into the villain role. They're just being themselves.
They're just villains.
And I do also feel like Southern Charm has been coming up a lot in the culture.
Of course.
So like it's good that I'm staying on top of it, you know?
Yeah, Paige and Craig.
I don't just do it like for my health.
No, you do it for the health of the business.
Exactly.
That's beautiful. Well, we don't really have a lot to recap in the pre-Fast 5 banter today. So if you wanted to dive in, I would be open unless you had anything else you wanted to discuss, any issues you want to take umbrage with me. You want to like start a fight?
No. Should I want to start a fight with you? Like, did you do something to me?
I don't know.
You didn't? Not to my knowledge.
No,
that's really been my last 24 hours. Editing Redheads and we can't add a fifth host because like the way this show looks when it's edited, like the amount of cuts, it's so crazy. So no, and then just like sickness. So I'm really hoping for brighter days ahead. And hopefully like I don't get much worse. Hopefully like this is it for me, this low grade flu.
I also feel like in years past, the week leading up to the Super Bowl, like we've been talking about the Super Bowl so little, whereas in weeks past, it's like every day there's big news coming out. But not this year. I feel like it's kind of low key.
It does feel like that. I keep forgetting it's the Super Bowl this weekend.
Yeah. And the only reason I even remember that all those people are in New Orleans is because some of the videos of Travis at press conferences have gone viral.
That's literally all I've seen.
That's all I've seen from the Super Bowl, right?
Oh, when I saw a picture of Jalen and Patrick Mahomes wearing the same outfit, twinning, like on purpose.
On purpose? Oh, cute.
Yeah,
cute,
it was like a tracksuit.
No, I saw like so many clips from Travis's press conference yesterday that was actually making me butt clench and making me embarrassed to be of the same species as that reporter from CNBC. And I actually think, not that I'm pro cancel culture in any way, but I don't know how do we get these journalists to stop acting this way unless we like name, shame, and blame.
Yeah.
So yes, CNBC and Nickelodeon. Did you see the CNBC girl? She was trying to like ask questions about sports, but from her angle, which is finance. She works for CNBC. I don't know why the fuck she's at the Super Bowl, but okay. So she's like, let me get in there with like an in finance question, but let me also take a little bit of a Taylor Swift angle. So she was trying to do so much with her question. Talk to somebody who works in sports about her beat, which is finance, and then also make a moment with Taylor. Travis, do you think diamonds are a good investment? And he's like, yeah.
Yeah, and he brought it back to the Super Bowl ring. He's pretty
which was a great answer.
Sly.
That was a great answer. But she wouldn't give up. She would not be deterred. She was like, are you going to be purchasing any diamonds anytime soon? And he was like, I don't know. He like, for the most part, we're always saying he's very gracious with these people, but you could tell he's at like the end of his rope. He was like,
I think he's been.
Know. I'll have to see what I need. Maybe some earrings. That's what he said.
I think he's been gracious, like to his own detriment, because he has allowed people. They're not scared of him. They're not scared to ask him embarrassing questions. And I think that if they got more of a cold shoulder, like other athletes give them when they ask stupid questions, like they would come correct.
And then she finished off the interview with like the most random, dumb, bad question. Proof that she needs to not only leave the Super Bowl, she needs to leave this industry. She goes, any good stocks right now? That's me. My first day in this country on planet Earth. I'm an alien from a different planet. And I come and I need to pretend to be a journalist who works at CNBC. So I would say, any good stocks right now?
Did he have an answer?
Yeah, he actually made her feel stupid. Thank you. He goes, I don't know. I'd have to talk to like my financial advisors.
Right.
Like I'm a Travis. What does he play? A tight end.
Right. I'm a football player.
I'm not too sure about that. He's like, I'm not too sure. I haven't spoken to like my finance people about it. Such a dumb question. Like I actually wanted to die for everyone involved. And you're right. Like at first it was really admirable how he handled some of these clowns with, you know, kid hands and was very, you know, playing around, ha ha ha. But now it's his third Super Bowl. People have really taken his kindness for weakness, and they're getting worse.
Yeah. He's got to put his foot down. He's got to bring out mean Travie.
Yeah. And you could tell his vibe was shifting, but he can't be rude for a million reasons. And he's also just not a rude person. But sometimes it's like,
everyone has their limit.
Yeah. And I just think, it's time he hit his. Like, really, we're due.
Yeah. Damn. Well, yes, the Super Bowl this weekend. What are you doing for the Super Bowl?
Me and Ben were discussing last night. He was like, you know, telling me all the offerings, places we could go, people we could do with. And none of it sounded as good as watching it in my bed.
Yeah.
So that's where we landed. And I said, next year we can go balls to the wall, but like, it has nothing to do with being pregnant, honestly. It's the fact that like I like the Super Bowl. Like I like to watch it like television. When you're at a party, everyone's talking, chatting, and you can't hear anything. You can't watch the commercials. Like it's just not premium. I have to come here and recap it.
What are you gonna eat?
That's what Ben and I were discussing after we decided to just stay in bed. And he's gonna come to me with a list of things, and we'll either veto or move
prepare the
forward.
menu.
Yeah.
Yummo.
Yeah. What about you?
I'm watching with my neighbors. My neighbors invited us for like a Super Bowl party.
Wasn't expecting to take a stray bullet on the toast this morning. Are they hosting or are you?
They're hosting, which is so nice for me.
Oh, that's good. At least you're not like opening up your home to people who aren't me.
And what time does the game start? Does anyone know? It's probably...
I think it's late.
Yeah, so then I'll have to come home for like to put the boys down.
Bedtime.
And then I'll stay watching here. So that way I'll get like the social element and I can also hopefully make it at home for like halftime show and like the entertainment. Yeah,
I just think like when you're as serious about sports as we are, you can't be out partying at the Super Bowl. You have to
miss a moment.
You can't miss a moment. So hopefully like they start doing stuff soon. Like there's been no news. That's a fun part. They've been down there for a whole week. Like what's the tea?
Yeah, it does
New
feel
Heights
very
had like
low-key.
a big party last night.
Oh, wow. I didn't even know.
Yeah, Jason Kelsey hosted. Obviously Travis couldn't go, but like all these brands, everybody's down at the Super Bowl like trying to make a moment. And New Heights had like a big party last night.
I just want to say none of you are making a moment.
No, I know. The only reason I know about it is Brianna Chicken Fry went and she was like freaking if Taylor was going to be there. She wasn't there. But I saw her getting ready for it. And that's the only reason I knew.
That's so
like,
crazy.
Where is the hype? Am I like not on the right platforms? I'm
you're
everywhere.
100% right. Because also I've been like looking for stories all morning and I forgot it was the Super Bowl on Sunday. Like it's
and
not.
Like where are the celebs stepping out, spending time in New Orleans? Like where is all of it?
It's such a good question.
Okay. Like, I'm glad I'm not the only one feeling like this is a weird Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Because remember when it was in Arizona, like every day there was a big party and like
Vegas?
everyone was there. Vegas. Look, what is it?
I don't know. Maybe it'll
Weird.
ramp
The
up
vibes
soon.
are off.
Maybe it'll ramp up soon because right now only the players are there. Like the celebrities and influencers probably get there for the weekend, like today,
No,
tomorrow.
I saw a lot of people there, like on social media, exclusively through Brianna Chicken Fry. Like all the Barstool people are down there. Like
She's your Super Bowl correspondent.
Literally.
Yeah. Okay.
I want the content. Where is it?
Well, now it is time, without further ado, for the Fast 5 stories that you need to know.
Oh, she's Italian. French, sure. The Fast 5 stories that you need to know are brought to you by Robinhood. With Robinhood Gold, you can now enjoy the VIP treatment, receiving a 3% IRA match on retirement contributions. The privileges of the very privileged are no longer exclusive, and with Robinhood Gold, your annual IRA contributions are boosted by 3%. Plus, you also get 4% APY on your cash in non-retirement accounts. That's over 8 times the national savings average. The perks of the high net worth are now available for any net worth. The new gold standard is here with Robinhood Gold. To receive your 3% boost on annual IRA contributions, sign up at Robinhood.com/gold. Investing involves risk. Rates subject to change. 3% match requires Robinhood Gold at $5 a month for 1 year from first match. Must keep funds in IRA for 5 years. Go to Robinhood.com/boost. Over 8 times the national average savings account interest rate. Claim is based on data from the FDIC as of November 18th, 2024. Robinhood Financial LLC, member SIPC. Gold membership is offered by Robinhood Gold LLC. Today's episode is also brought to you by Prolon. So I'm sure a lot of you know that like a very like trendy, popular thing right now for your health is doing fasts. And that's obviously just like a miserable way to live, but there are so many health benefits to it. So if you love going out and hanging out with your friends, but all that eating and drinking does start to take a toll, you can tell when your body is desperately craving a reset, and Prolon by El Nutra is doing just that. Their 5-day program gives your system a break. So it's fasting, but they've managed to get all the benefits of fasting without fasting. So you have food. And it's pretty much a game changer. So their fasting mimicking diet is a revolutionary plant-based nutrition program that nourishes your body while making your cells believe that they're fasting. So it was researched and developed for decades at USC's Longevity Institute, and it's backed by leading U.S. medical centers. Prolon helps support healthy blood sugar, enhanced skin appearance, fat loss, and improved energy and focus post-fast. It all starts with the 5-day program. It includes snacks, soups, and beverages. They're all designed to keep your body in a fasting state while you're not, actually fasting. So there's no guesswork or planning required. It's a relief. As a busy, whatever you are, a mom, a worker, a sister, a friend, like a lot of us just don't have the time. So 3 consecutive cycles of Prolon have been shown to reduce your biological age score of an average of 2.5 years and your waist circumference by 1.5 inches. So to help kickstart your health plan, Prolon is offering the Toast listeners 15% off site-wide, plus a $40 bonus when you subscribe to their 5-day nutrition program. Just visit prolonlife.com/toast, that's PROLONLIFE.com/toast to claim your 15% discount and your bonus gift, prolonlife.com/toast. Today's episode is also brought to you by Squarespace, the all-in-one website platform for entrepreneurs to stand out and succeed online. So whether you're just starting out or you're managing a growing brand, Squarespace makes it really easy to create a beautiful website, engage with your audience, and sell anything from products to content to time, all in one place and all on your terms. So they are introducing design intelligence at Squarespace, and they're combining 2 decades of industry-leading design expertise with cutting-edge AI technology to unlock your strongest creative potential. Design intelligence empowers anyone to build a beautiful, more personalized website tailored to their unique needs and craft a bespoke digital identity to use across your entire online presence. Let me just say, this is exactly what AI should be used for, like helping us all make websites that look parchy and that we didn't spend more like three years building. Also, Squarespace is known for the websites that they build and how you can accept payments on them. It's super seamless. It's the easiest way to manage your payments all in one place. So onboarding is really fast and simple. You can get started in just a few clicks and you can start receiving payments right away. You're also going to give your customers lots of options when it comes to different popular payment methods like Klarna, direct debit, Apple Pay, Afterpay, ClearPay if you live in the UK. So there's so many reasons why you would want to get your business up and running with Squarespace. And if you go to squarespace.com, you'll get a free trial. Once you're ready to launch, go to squarespace.com/toast and you'll save 10% off your first purchase of a website or a domain, but only when you go to squarespace.com/toast for that 10% off your first purchase of a website or a domain.
Thank you, Turdane.
You're welcome.
Our first story, the Kardashians season 6 premiered in the middle of the night. I should have watched that while I couldn't fall asleep.
Literally in the middle of the night.
I mean, the episodes drop at midnight, but you would think a premiere, like they would have given it to us in a timely manner.
Anytime we're like talking about the Kardashian show, like it's so annoying, like because first of all, they should 100% go midnight. No. They should go 9 p.m.
Eastern time.
Midnight? Yeah, whatever. Like the fact that they release it at midnight, which is fine. Like we can all watch it the next day, but then all the news stories are out, like spoiling it. It's such an inefficient way to fucking launch a show. It pisses me off, actually.
We say this every season.
I know. And why is nobody listening?
They're straight up ignoring us. But Kardashians premiered in the middle of the night, a couple of news making headlines because Khloe reunited with Lamar for the first time in 9 years on the show. And this was
like a big thing that came out of the trailer. Mm-hmm. And I'm surprised they dropped it in the first episode. I don't know why I thought they'd be teasing it the whole like season.
Well, I'm glad that they didn't.
Me too.
Yeah. She's talking about the trauma of unloving him and talking about their marriage and the good times and how Lamar was truly like the love of her life. She had a secret meeting with him at Malika's house. She didn't tell her sisters or mom because like Chris would have been crying. And they had a conversation that I haven't had a chance to watch yet. But first conversation in years.
It was really weird, honestly. Like he was an hour late and he came and he was acting like so guilty. Like he was like sweating and nervous and mumbling his words. I think he was probably just nervous. But it was weird. And I understand why Khloe felt like having the emotional support of Malika there would be beneficial for her. But to be honest, I found Malika's presence like really annoying. But at the end, they weren't having like a good conversation. And Malika kept just like intervening, like to help with the awkwardness. And maybe if she wasn't there, like it wouldn't have been better. But I don't know. It just felt like so private.
Yeah.
And Khloe basically has all this stuff from, I think she's moving or whatever. All this old stuff of Lamar's that she had wanted to give back to him.
She's moving. She just built that house.
Or like she built the house and while she was moving, she found all this stuff. And so she had it packed up for him. And so you see him opening his 6th Man Award. And like really important stuff she had. No. You guys know the 6th Man Award like means everything to me.
Yeah.
This necklace she had made him that was like he wore all the time, this big diamond necklace that had 3 angel wings representing his mom, his grandma, and his son who he lost. And it was like, I don't know, it wasn't hitting in the way that I thought it would when I thought these two would be reunited. Now, I've seen people online saying that like, you know, justice for Lamar, this felt very exploitative. And I don't agree with that. He definitely was uncomfortable being on camera, but he had said, because she's like, what are you up to? He's like, I'm just hustling, you know? He doesn't play anymore. He's doing reality shows, keeping up with sports, like he is definitely
has, like,
his hustler
rehabilitation
era.
Centers.
Yeah, so I actually think like this was probably a really good opportunity. I'm sure he got paid, not a ton, but like to be on the show, you just have to get paid. And just more exposure for him and his businesses. Like it's all like this in this line of work, like them having him on is actually big for him. So I get why people feel like it was weird because people feel very just protective of him and he's very sensitive. I didn't think it was exploitative. I just thought like, I don't know, I didn't get like resolution. And then they were just flashing back to like old footage of them. And it's such a time, like it's literally a different time. It's so crazy. And it's sad, obviously, but I feel like I've stopped feeling sad about these two a little while ago.
Yeah, it seems like the conversation was probably just sad because there's two people who love each other. And Khloe, you know, if it were up to her, she would have been with him for the long term, but like bigger issues were at play.
And the conversation got off to a bad start because the first thing he said is like, where's Rob? I think he thought they were at Khloe's house. They were at Malika's house. And they were like, Rob's at his house. This is Malika's house. And I think just the immediate mention of Rob, I think brought Khloe back. Like Rob was a huge part of the end of their relationship. And Khloe like never really expressly said what happened. But when they were all living together in that house that Jessica Simpson lived in, Khloe had said that was like some of the darkest times. That's like really when we stopped seeing Rob after that. Yeah. So I don't know what the hell went down.
Yeah.
But clearly like the three of them were a very toxic group where at first they were like so tight and then things got weird with Lamar and Rob, I think like doing bad things. So when he said that, I think it didn't break the ice in a good way.
Got
it.
And
for me, my immediate reaction was like, no, don't mention Rob.
Was there any talk of keeping up with sports?
No.
Well, that's the real shame.
Yeah, I agree. I don't know. This didn't hit. The thing is, I'm actually happy for Kardashians on Hulu because I feel like for the last couple of years, like they keep trying to like make moments on the show and they just really fall flat. People are not. I can't remember the last time something that happened on the show like really became I open my TikTok the next day and it's everything that I see. And that's what I saw this morning. So I'm happy for them that like they tried to make a moment and it actually worked.
Yeah.
I think it's good for the show.
I feel like
and now people are talking about the premiere.
They react to news on the show. They don't make the news. Like it's not like news making things. It's just reacting to things that happen. Because another thing that I saw was Kim was talking about the roast of Tom Brady and her experience.
And to be clear, I didn't watch the whole episode. I just watched obviously Chloe and Lamar 10-minute scene.
No, I thought that this was really interesting because she was blasting one of the comedians who pretty much just like called her a whore. And then people like went back and it's comedian Tony Hinchcliffe.
Classic.
And she was talking about how like that just like bothered her. And it's just like the low hanging fruit of jokes. And and that like she never wants to do a roast again.
Well, I can't even imagine why she would want to do it in the first place. But some lessons have to be learned the hard way. And I agree. It's like not a creative joke. Like if you're going to make but that's the thing about a roast. You walk into a roast and it's like no holds bar. It's like very low. It's low bar, bottom of the barrel, like really below the belt type of shit. So Kim being Kim, like she should have known what people were going to say about her. Like sex tape, haha. It's not a creative joke. Somebody really funny and smart wasn't making a joke like that.
Yeah.
So I agree with her. And I doubt she'll ever show up to a roast ever again.
Yeah. But I thought it was
Plus she got booed.
Oh, that's right. But I felt like the roast in general, like the news that came from it was good for her. Like she did well and maybe she had like...
Kim?
Yeah.
No, oh my God. Everyone was just talking about the booing.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I remember like her jokes doing well and...
I don't even remember people talking about her jokes. I couldn't even recite one joke she made. All I remember was the news about her getting booed.
Oh, so yeah, I guess that's why she wouldn't want to do it again.
Yeah, of course. And then like when they do talk about her, they call her a whore. Why would she ever sign up for that?
I don't know.
No, whenever I think about roasts, not to bring up Joan Rivers' documentary, but it is a timeless piece of art. She is getting ready she's been chosen to be like a Comedy Central roast. And she's like, it's an honor. It's an honor. It's the last thing on the planet she wants to do. She knows everyone's just going to like make fun of her face and her plastic surgery. And it's like not funny. It's not smart. It's not creative, but it's so much money. And it's quote, an honor. And she hates every minute of it. She just like sits through it for the money and also for like the platform.
Yeah.
And ever since then, like I just find roasts like of women, I find them repugnant.
Yeah. For it to be your own roast. Cause even the Martha Stewart documentary, like she got roasted at Justin Bieber's. But net, it was good for her. But still, you have to sit there and listen to those disgusting jokes about yourself. Like, it better be good.
It's different for a woman, too. Like, the jokes are just so disgusting. Like, they talk about, like, your low-hanging vagina. It's really, really, it's disgusting. But they can also be enormously, like, helpful and rehabilitative for someone's image, Justin Bieber.
Nikki Glaser.
Oh, well, yes. I'm talking about if you are the subject of a roast.
Two things. Subject and then also panelist who you are a open season if you're sitting up on the dais.
Yeah, I could never. I will never participate. Insane.
People who like have their birthday party and they're like, I want it to be a roast of me.
Jackie, when we were in Portugal for Brian's 40th, like on the last night, he wanted a roast. And he asked me to host it, and he had like 6 or 7 people roast him. And I said, like, what obviously can't we talk about? Like, just tell me and I'll tell everyone. And he was like, nothing. Like, he was seriously like, I don't give a fuck.
That could never be me.
Yeah, but also when people have like their friends write roasts for them, your friends aren't like seasoned comics and your friends aren't going for like really disgusting jokes. You're just like telling embarrassing stories more. It's different than like a professional roast with comics who write like dirty jokes.
Yes, but it's also like those comics are trained in the art of like writing jokes, whereas your friend just like wants to do a roast. Like I just feel like it could go so sideways and all it takes is one comment to seriously ruin your night and ruin your friendship.
But it takes a certain type of person to request that sort of activity for your birthday. You can't, and if somebody does say something completely out of line, you have no ground to stand on. You cannot be mad.
That's what you're saying. You can't be mad.
You can't be mad.
Okay.
If it's like a regular person having a birthday party, like
yeah.
This was literally your idea. The Vlog Squad used to do that. Do you remember that?
No.
Back in the Vlog Squad, like heyday, one of the things that they did that people loved was like, for some of the members' birthday, they would like rent out a comedy club and they would vlog the whole thing and it would all be online and people would like die because it would be like members of the Vlog Squad who you know roasting other members. And it got real. It was dark.
Oh
like,
my God.
I could never.
Could never.
It was mostly the male members. I could never.
Well, speaking of Tom Brady, our next story is some related news because Gisele Bundchen is now a mom of 3. She has welcomed her first baby with her boyfriend, Joaquin Valente. We had reported a few months ago that she was pregnant, and now she has given birth to a new bebe.
I have loved how this story has unfolded for Gisele, honestly. You'd love to see. She like played the long game. And now, net, like she's probably in such a better place, so much happier. Not that it's a competition between her and Tom, but if it was, he would be losing.
He's not.
And we know like it was hard for her. We know like he really forced her hand to this divorce. And even as recently as like maybe a year ago, like before her pregnancy announcement, when she was pulled over by the cop and she just had like that breakdown, it's been very difficult for her. And I love to see her now in this era of her life thriving. And when you look at Tom Brady, not that he's not thriving, but I don't feel like he has a lot of personal happiness.
Yeah, I don't think he has a lot of personal happiness. And as we said when we found out she was pregnant, like I love this like turning its stereotype on its head, because typically like after a long-term marriage, like the man can go off and have another baby and men can do those things. And after a certain age, like a woman can't, but because she keeps her body like a temple. Yeah. And she's been able to flip the stereotype. She's got like the younger man and the new baby. Young baby. And it's so great for women.
I totally forgot that was your analysis on the subject. And it's so poignant, actually. Like, dead serious.
This never happens.
Almost scholarly. It never happens.
It doesn't get to happen a lot because of just biology.
Science. Yeah. No, it's really pargy. I'm really happy for her. What do we think the baby's name is? She also like doesn't give a flying fuck about like public life anymore. Like we know things about Gisele just because she's so famous. She doesn't share. I think that she's really been like, she's had enough. I think she saw an ugly side of it with her divorce and stuff. So I don't know. There's not going to be like a big baby name announcement. I wonder what we're going to find out. Yeah, probably some casual, maybe a Vogue interview. Yeah, or like she's paparazzied and wearing a necklace that says like, David. Yeah, yeah. Is it a boy or a girl? We don't know. Third child. Oh, wow. So yeah, she's really keeping it under wraps. Mm-hmm. Anyways, Mazel Tov. Mazel Tov, it's nice. Are you ready for our third story? Mm-hmm. I hate to take us back here, but a new development in the Blake Lively Baldoni saga is that Blake Lively is now facing a $7 million defamation lawsuit from the Crisis Publicist that she claims weaponized a digital army against her. And this is also important because like that AstroTurf situation is very much a cornerstone of our opinion on this matter. And which publicist is suing him? Jed Wallace of the Texas-based crisis management firm Street Relations. So is this the company they were alleging facilitated the AstroTurfing? Yes. He is suing her, alleging defamation. This comes after she filed the petition on January 21st requesting a deposition from Wallace, which was then rescinded Tuesday, according to Wallace's lawsuit. So her PR team claimed that he weaponized a digital army around the country from New York to LA to create, seed, and promote content that appeared to be authentic on social media platforms and internet chat forums. Now, his lawyers are claiming in a new lawsuit that her petition conceded that Lively has no facts supporting the allegations she made against Wallace and Street in the precursor, which made headlines around the world as she now, apparently under the threat of sanctions from one of the plaintiff's attorneys, sought to investigate the scope of Mr. Wallace's conduct. So now this part is even up for debate. Right. And I can't imagine why this guy would throw his, first of all, because we talk about the AstroTurfing all the time. I actually didn't know the name of the company or the guy who she was alleging who did it, but now we do. So if you're going to throw your hat in the race and like your name out there in public, like you really must feel like you've been wronged. Yeah. Because he was living like kind of a pargy anonymous part of this. Like I'm sure some of the people who are like, reading every document that comes out know his name. But for the most part, like it's been, Justin, Blake, Ryan, maybe some of the publicists, Melissa Nathan, Jennifer Abel, Jones Works PR. But I hadn't heard. So now we know. And it's like, well, you must have something to prove, sir. So this will be big in terms of what happens here, just in terms of how we perceive this case, but also just everyone's slinging these lawsuits around. Like she filed against him, so then he filed against her, and he's deposed. Like it's very confusing. It is, and I had read an article yesterday that with Justin Baldoni's case, it's possible that Taylor Swift will be deposed. I saw that, which would be so crazy because depositions are public filings. Like you can watch them. Yeah, I saw that. Also, yeah, Taylor's a little bit included here too. And from one meeting? From the meeting, but don't forget the song. And yeah, but the song, I think she took over with the soundtrack is what I was seeing. Is that what Justin's saying? I don't know who's saying. Right. I don't know who's saying. So I think any chance of people thinking that Blake would show up at the Super Bowl with Taylor is pretty much kaput now. Mm-hmm. And then Miles Teller was saying, he was interviewed on some like dreadful late night show about the Super Bowl. It sounds like he might be with Taylor.
Because of Kelly.
Well, and he's the biggest Eagles fan, so he would be going to the Super Bowl anyway.
Yeah, but like, would he want to sit in a Chiefs box?
That's what they were asking him. Like, you know, how do you stay true to yourself?
Yeah.
In a situation like that.
But Kylie's I mean, half the family are Eagles fans.
Yes. So that's true, actually. Jason will be in that suite too, right?
Yeah, and Kylie, who I actually think is a bigger Eagles fan than Jason.
Unless Jason's actually working the game because he is like an MC or broadcaster, whatever the word is.
That stinks for him.
But I have wondered about Taylor's friendship with Kelly. Like they were really hot and strong, and then they kind of fizzled. So I'll be curious to see if she's there.
Yeah. That will be a fun element of the Super Bowl.
It is. That is a fun element of like,
Who
and
Taylor's
I feel like depending
gonna
on
bring.
this, well, no, like what celebrities go. And I feel like the last couple of years it's been so celeb heavy because it was Vegas, it was the Rams. Like it's been a good couple of years for the Super Bowl. Now I think the Chiefs and the Eagles both have a lot of like famous fans. Bradley Cooper, Miles Teller famously for the Eagles, Taylor and crew for the Chiefs.
Paul Rudd.
So Paul Rudd. Oh, weirdly, Cam from Modern Family is a huge Chiefs fan. No, he goes to every game. He's like one of the OG celebrity fans. So I'm sure they'll all be there. So it is a good like celebrity. Sometimes when like when you're thinking about like who you want to play in the Super Bowl from our POV, like you have to think about like who's gonna bring the most celebrities.
Yeah. But then the Super Bowl itself just brings celebrities.
It does. It does. It does for sure. Okay, so I was watching TikTok. There's like this guy on the street. He's like well known now. He just goes up and asks people, what do you do for a living? And then he ends up just like chatting with them. And so
Yeah.
he like attacks people, but then they're like, wait, you're the guy from TikTok. So it's whatever. He stumbled upon, it's always in the West Village. I was watching one of his videos and somebody like wouldn't stop for him. And it was Bradley Cooper.
Do you think that those videos are planned at all?
No, because Bradley Cooper was with his daughter and kept walking. Like he clearly was not. The guy shouldn't have posted it. Like for real. Like first of all, like the daughter was in it, and two, like you did. Bradley was like, sorry, no. Like how you would if somebody's in the street handing out flyers. You're like, no thanks. He didn't get anything from it, so the guy just like went on to another person. But I was kind of shook to see. Sometimes they are staged. Like there's that guy who walks around
The
New York
apartments?
City. Yeah, and like it's Drew Barrymore. Yeah, of course. Like
Yeah. Those are mostly
that's coordinated.
Those are mostly staged though. No, I guess I've only seen like the
I would
more
say
high
they're all
profile
staged.
ones. But yeah, like you want to clean your house. How do you know
Yeah,
that
of
this
course.
person's even going to have
Is
an
it a serial
interesting
killer?
place to look at?
Or that the person coming into your home is not a serial killer.
Right.
Yeah, I would say that the like the apartment ones are definitely mostly staged. But the guy in the street, he mostly talks to not nobodies, like regular folks, hearing what they do for a living, if they love their job, what's the best part of your job, I love your outfit, where does your confidence come from? You know, he asks like weird questions like that. And so it's usually just folks, regular lay people.
And that's different from the guy in LA who like goes to people with nice cars and says, what do you do for a living? And then David Beckham's
Daniel
son
Mack.
says that he's a chef.
So that's Daniel Mack, yeah. He started out doing like really, I think, totally authentic, not staged, going up to people on like Rodeo Drive. He would not only go to LA, he would go to like just like interesting places, like F1. He would like stand outside F1 and be like, who are you? And then he became so popular. I would say almost all of his videos are staged now because he'll go up to somebody and be like, I love your car. What do you do for a living? And they're like, want to see my house or my boat? And then he goes and like spends the whole day and he's like getting drunk on a yacht. It's very funny. Now they're all, I would say, like staged.
And these are all separate people who do.
They are all separate people, correct. I know that the car guy's named Daniel, the house guy's named Caleb, and I don't know what like the guy who talks to regular people in the West Village is named.
Got it. Cool.
Yeah, it's an interesting format.
Are you ready for our next story, our fourth story?
Is it our fourth story that's brought to you by the farmer's dog?
It is.
So, healthy habits don't just apply to human beings. Give your dog a fresh start, too. The farmer's dog makes feeding real healthy dog food easy and convenient, and your dog will absolutely love it. The pre-portioned meals are personalized to your dog's needs, which makes it simple to help your dog reach and maintain a healthy weight. If you've ever thought about making the switch, now is the time. I think like feeding your dog like really processed dry kibble is like so a thing of the past, very not RFK approved. And so many people are switching to fresh, healthy dog food, and the farmer's dog was kind of the first to do it, and they've been crushing it ever since. One, it gets delivered right to your door. So easy, pargy, no lifting, bags at the store. But also their ingredients are really pargy. They're made to human like health, safety, and standards. And And they're tailored to your dog's needs. So you'll take like a little quiz figuring out different things about your dog, the breed, their weight, their age. The food is nutritionally complete for dogs at all life stages, including puppies. So it's basically just real healthy food designed to meet their unique nutritional needs. The food is pre-portioned specifically for your dog, so that helps them maintain their ideal weight, which can be a huge indicator for health. Like Jackie and I both have Cavaliers, and they actually can't be overweight because they have, this predisposed genital or heart condition. So you really want to make sure your dogs are staying fit as much as possible, and the Farmer's Dog makes that really easy. And we have a code. If you want to get 50% off your first box of fresh, healthy food, go to thefarmersdog.com/toast. That's thefarmersdog.com/toast for 50% off plus free shipping at thefarmersdog.com/toast. Today's episode is brought to you by Cozy Earth. So Cozy Earth elevates love's little moments. And honestly, I can tell you, I took a nap in one of Jackie's rooms in her house that had Cozy Earth when I was pregnant. I'm still pregnant, sorry. When I was at your house and pregnant, I was doing like one of my midday naps. It was such a game changer. And then I saw a lot of people on social media like just raving about different bedding products from Cozy Earth. They're all made of bamboo. So they make bamboo sheet sets, bamboo pajama sets. The sheets redefine what it means to relax. Imagine the softest bedding like sleeping on a cloud. Plus they're temperature regulated. They make every bed feel like a mini getaway right in your own home. And then their pajama sets, which are also bamboo. Nothing says I love you like the gift of ultimate comfort. Cozy Earth's bamboo pajamas are soft and breathable. You'll never want to take them off. They are life-changing. And this weekend only, Cozy Earth's bamboo pajamas are BOGO. So buy one, get one free. So give the gift of luxury with Cozy Earth this Valentine's Day. Get 40% off at CozyEarth.com when you use our code TOAST. And don't forget, this weekend, February 7th through 9th, use our exclusive code TOASTBOGO, TOASTBOGO, to get free bamboo pajamas when you buy one for your loved ones. So who doesn't love BOGO? I mean, two pairs of pajamas can last me a whole week. I just like rotate every 2 days, then put them in the wash. So a BOGO's fab, or also if you're getting a gift for someone for Valentine's Day, that's nice too. So the code is TOASTBOGO. The sale's only going on February 7th through 9th. You deserve this. Elevate your love with Cozy Earth. Again, our code is TOAST for 40% off, but if you want to get that BOGO, it's TOASTBOGO, TOASTBOGO.
Thank you, Turd BOGO.
HOTTBOGO.
That's so funny. I was going to say TOASTBOGO.
There's something there.
Our next story is a bit of viral news that Claudia sent my way this morning because an American woman in Pakistan is baffling the internet as she refuses to leave after her planned marriage to a teenager fell apart. I hate when that happens.
Let me tell you about this, because what's so great about this, not only is it viral news, it's global news. And it's bringing the world together. And I have to shout out the media in Pakistan who saw this happening and have made this such a moment. So this woman is from New York. What's her name? I'm sorry, I can never remember.
Onija Andrew Robinson. She's 32. Okay.
She's 32. She's from New York. She's a mother of 4. And she met someone online from Pakistan. And they struck up some sort of friendship, relationship, what have you. She decided to fly to Pakistan to meet him and to marry him. And upon her arrival, she goes to his house. This is in October. She goes to his house. She's on a 14-day visa, which has obviously since expired. She goes to his house. She meets his family. And the family's like, no. He's 19. You're a 32-year-old mother of 4 from New York. No. And he breaks up with her, and that should be the end of it, right? No. She decides to camp outside his house. At first, I think in protest to them breaking up, and it's somewhat of a romantic move. But then she starts to spend time in Pakistan. And I think she really falls in love with the people, the culture, the food, the place. And she sees a lot of corruption, as you would in any organized, civilized society. And she is feeling upset that, the bus routes are underfunded and the buildings aren't as good as they should be. And she's decided to take on more of a leadership role with all the media attention coming her way for, standing outside of her lover's door. She begins to hold daily press conferences outside of this man's house. And not even so much about the man anymore, more so about how to make Pakistan great again. And the press conferences are so funny. She is hysterical. She's claiming to be Muslim. She is not. She is so outrageous. She's demanding first $20,000, then $100,000, now $500,000 US from the government to help make Pakistan great again. She's like, what are you doing? Seriously, we outsource to all these different countries. Let's outsource to Pakistan. They need us. She said the people are amazing. The food is amazing. They need our help. And more Pakistani media come to her house. Well, not her house, her
boyfriend,
tent.
ex.
Yeah. And by the way, her whatever, and his family have fled the country. Like, they want no part of this. They had no idea what their son was getting into. But she's become really this sort of viral moment, but also a voice of Pakistan. Now, the story does take a bit of a sad turn because somebody who is alleging to be her son in America is like, this isn't funny. My mom has like bipolar personality disorder. Like, we need to get her home. The woman will not go home. She has turned down so many flights. They literally keep trying to put, I don't know who. It's like the people of Pakistan, they kind of want her to stay, but like the officials want her out. People in America want her out. They keep buying her flights. She's not going to the airport. Like, she will not leave. She's also breaking the law because she's on a 14-day visa that started in October.
Right.
She will not be deterred, this woman, from her passion, which at once was her 19-year-old boyfriend, but is now the people of Pakistan. And more so the infrastructure, if you will, of Pakistan, because she's seeing it, with a fresh eye.
Yeah. So what's her long-term plan? Citizenship?
I don't know.
Governance?
I'm sure there's a movement within Pakistan to get her citizenship, to perhaps run for some sort of leadership role. I'm not sure. All I know is that the people in Pakistan have decided to take this woman under their wing. They love her so much. She is so funny. Like, she's just a real character. Her, so many of her like different press conference moments have gone viral, of course. She's hilarious. And it's truly the strangest turn of events. If it does turn out that the guy who is pretending, well, not saying, who's saying he's her son is like telling the truth about her mental health, then it's sad. But for now, I'm still having fun.
Yeah. That sounds fun for the internet.
And it's beautiful to see American and Pakistani media working together.
Yes, but it also just sounds like she wants money in her pockets, she says.
Okay, so what she had said, she was actually really transparent, which I think we don't expect from leaders. But she had said, listen, I want 100,000. 20 of it's going in my pocket. Listen, she can't do this for free. She doesn't have anywhere to live. She's standing at... So at least she's being honest with us about the funds. She said 20,000 going into my pocket. Like, just no questions asked. But the rest is going to the buses and the buildings and the streets and the people.
Okay.
Yeah. She's hilarious. I have to send you some of the press conferences. Jackie, the sheer volume of reporters, the microphones in her face, it looks like the O.J. Simpson trial. Like, so you ever, like, see when you remember that trial, like so many people like shoving microphones. There must be 30 microphones in her face at once, and she is answering every single question.
Well, we'll keep you posted on what's next.
Yeah, I do feel like deportation is next, to be honest. She is breaking the law. She's...
If they want her out of there, they can just deport her.
I think the officials do want her out of there. The media's loving it.
But she's also like shining a spotlight on their dereliction of duty. So, of course, the officials want her out of there.
It's true. And Pakistan hasn't had this viral of a moment on TikTok since to sacrifice my own life for Pakistan.
Right. So they were due.
Think that, yeah. And I think this is maybe better. I don't know.
I think so. I think it's better.
I really wish everybody in this story, I wish them well. I wish peace for the family of the 19-year-old boy who got themselves like, they haven't known a moment's peace since this lady showed up in October. They have literally fled the country. I'm wishing them well. I'm wishing her well. If she is, struggling with her mental health, obviously that's sad, but she's brought joy to millions and that's not sad.
No. Are you ready for our fifth and final story? Switching gears as we head into our Real Housewives recap. Housewives said. Because
I'm sorry. I didn't watch The Real Housewives. Did I not tell you that?
No, you didn't.
No, I just thought like this week was kind of a wash after I didn't do it yesterday. And like, I'll watch 2 next week. I'll catch you on the next one.
Okay, I'm sorry. Well, our fifth and final story, Housewives related, but Rebecca Minkoff confirms that she is not returning to Real Housewives of New York after her 1 season. So the friend of the cast confirmed her exit from the Bravo show via Instagram on Tuesday amid speculation that she was on her way out. She posted to her Instagram saying, 2025 is a new beginning for me, and with current events in the world, I'm being reminded the importance of family, friends, and community now more than ever.
What do current events have to do with it?
I don't know.
I think people can't just like quit. Like just quit. Like,
no, and it's like
you don't need to bring in the events.
Family, friends, and community were important 6 months ago, a year ago.
No, like I hate shit like this. Like just either you don't have to tell us, by the way. Like I wouldn't be confused if you told me you were leaving. I wouldn't. It's not like the best, most amazing show with the most wonderful opportunity. Like you can leave. It's okay.
Yeah, she shared her intentions to focus on her family and her career. As much as I have learned along the way with the franchise and fans, I wanted to reprioritize what means the most to me: designing, giving back, supporting women, and raising my family. This is like such a flop.
Yeah, no, I actually think her entire journey on this show would be considered a flop. One, because the show isn't particularly good. And I think her joining was like a bit of a step down for her, like based on who she is in New York. She has this huge business. And I know all the ladies were like making fun of her bags, like that they're ugly and sell at Marshall's, but like that's how you get rich. Like she's legit. Like say what you want. She's up there with Jenna Lyons, like for sure. So I do think overall, like she will look back on this time and be like, that wasn't a good move because the show flopped. She didn't really particularly make any waves. And then she left with this weird statement.
No, and to be a one season wonder, friend of, never made it all the way. Like that's just not what you're seeking out when you sign on to the show.
And I do really wonder like what the impetus behind her joining the show was. Like to what end? She doesn't need money. Perhaps it was like a little bit more personal fame. Like everybody knows the brand Rebecca Minkoff. Maybe they don't know Rebecca.
Yeah, probably personal fame. And just like that's good for your business and rising tides raise all tides. And it's been really good for a lot of women who one came on successful or two created success for themselves like Bethany. But also like even like Lisa Rinna, Kathy Hilton, like all of those women who were famous before had like long careers on Housewives. Even though Lisa Rinna is not on the show anymore, like it was good for Lisa.
1,000%. So Brynn is leaving. I don't believe this will be the last person we hear from, whether it comes to like getting fired or leaving. But now we've lost Brynn and Rebecca. I don't know where the show goes from here. I don't entirely disagree with them rebooting this particular franchise, but
they rebooted it badly. I think it could be done in a better way.
I think that if we are to keep if we are to keep anyone from this franchise, and I don't think that we need to, I think it's okay to start again. I would keep Erin and I would keep Sai. Maybe Uba.
That feels right based on what I've seen.
Yeah. So just like big L for Rebecca Minkoff. L.
Yeah.
That's really weird. Like not the Community.
Okay, so I guess that's our show.
Yeah, also, except I wanted to say one more thing. Abe Leachy was on the Dumois podcast. I saw a clip of it basically being like, yeah, we know a couple of people like who are leaving. We don't know what's up with the show. And I guess he was talking about Rebecca Minkoff. But then it reminded me, I saw a clip today. So Dave Portnoy recorded the Dumois podcast.
Okay.
And it will not be airing because he said like it was 30 minutes of him screaming at her.
What?
And I guess like she had asked, maybe she does it. I've never been on her podcast. I think she asks all of her guests to sign an NDA so that they can record via Zoom and like she can see them, but not, sacrifice her identity. And he was like, no. So they just recorded like blind Zoom, like without video. And he was just going on and on about how she's a coward and she publishes lies about him, her friends, his friends, anyone he knows, says like really kind of saying all the things you would want, like a celebrity would want to say to Dumois. And he was like, we were screaming at each other for 30 minutes and it's not going anywhere. And he was like, I wish she would publish it.
I wish she would publish it too. That sounds so interesting.
I know. He did a guest spot on BFFs, literally the only people making news at the Super Bowl. BFFs Pod recorded a Super Bowl episode and Dave rejoined. He left the podcast.
Yes, I do know.
But he made a grand return and he told this story and I thought it was so interesting.
That is so interesting. And she was yelling at him too?
I think like he said we were yelling at each other. I'm sure it was like probably mostly him.
And did he come on the show to yell at her?
I don't know why he like agreed to the booking.
And was like going he only turn because of the NDA thing and he wanted to just have a conversation and see her and then that made him mad? Like, because I guess that is a little maddening.
I think the NDA thing was probably like something that pissed him off that like when the argument came up, he just like withdrew from his arsenal. But I would imagine he did not commit to the interview in good faith. He was like, oh, I have an opportunity to yell at Dumois. Like, let's do it. I think he has like a long standing hatred for her.
Wouldn't she know that when she reaches out to him?
Listen, it's hard to get a guest.
Yeah.
It's hard to book a guest in this day and age.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
Yeah, it was a really crazy story. I would love to hear the raw footage.
Fascinating.
Yeah.
Okay.
He told the story. But release the tapes, Dumois. Release the tapes.
Yeah.
I thought you would enjoy that.
Maybe she will. Maybe like this actually will drum up interest. Like this would be good for her because now everyone would listen. So maybe
it's true. All press is good press. Mm-hmm. Well, that's our show, you guys. A nice Nasafi for you.
Nasafi.
Nice short one for you. Thank you guys so much for listening to the Justin Lane Morning Show. We deliver the fastest stories you need to know everybody the front on YouTube. So if you're watching us on YouTube, please feel free to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up. We're also available as podcasts and where podcasts can be found. So Spotify, News, Public Radio, Facebook, all the places where we visit podcasts and videos. So those leave 5-star review, videos, any weekly down to we are.
Love it. I almost forgot. I'm really not well.
Oh.
I'm really not
You've
well.
been like really fucking up recently. I just want to let you know. Like try less.
Try
like
less.
every day I look, I'm like, I'm almost there. And
I
was
was literally there.
First of all, your heart isn't even straight. Like tilt your thumb back.
Wow. This isn't fun anymore. This isn't fun anymore.
I feel like actually we might like get it.
Love ya. Bye.